Hi Capricorn, welcome to your What Do I Need to Do, or What Do You Need to Do, reading for June 14th through July 13th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the link to the Recommend a Reader shout out, which goes to Tarot Spirit. Much love and support to her, and hopefully you get a chance to click on link, check her out. All right, so this is for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to do? I'll allow it, but I felt like that there was like an obvious, like right there. I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, you know what? I don't like it. I don't like it because I feel like there's just like this natural cut there, and I don't want to get the same cards. There we go. All right, Capricorn, what do you need to do? Well, perhaps you are watching and waiting. If you are not, well, yeah, you're watching and waiting, or this could be petty arguments. This could also be things being in their inception as far as communication, strategic communication, maybe things are on a need-to-know basis, or communicating only through friends or social medias, you know, texting or just keeping track of each other, watching each other, that sort of thing, spying on each other. We've got the World, the Lovers, 5 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 4 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. All right. Oops. Oops. Good. Yay. I like this for the next couple of months, or whatever. I like that this is a new beginning for you. That you're concentrating on a new stability, new security, because it looks like we're talking about an ending here. We got the boobies. We got the World card and the 10 of Swords, and you transitioning out of that. So if you haven't yet, you need to. Maybe this is you keeping track or watching them, and checking up on them, kind of spying on them or whatnot, boobies. Don't do that. Because that way madness lies. We've all been there. It is not, it doesn't ever, no good ever comes from that. Because it just ends up hurting, especially if it's over. Anyway, point being, shutting up. Yeah, okay. What's this Lover's card about? Maybe this is you reconciling. I don't know, because we got the marriage. Wait a minute. What's this Lover's card about? Huh. Wait a minute. But this is somebody... Okay, what's this 10 of Swords about then? Because we got 2 6s here. This is about... Unless this is about you moving on by yourself, because this it's like this could go either way. Is this about closure? Is that what's this 10 of Swords about for Capricorn? Could be Capricorn. Is this brighter days are ahead because you two have worked through something? Well, I don't know. What's this 4 of Wands about? Is this you moving on from a toxic relationship, and you just getting closure, you stopping keeping track of them, you stopping spying on them? There's sadness and disappointment, and that's why I feel like it's like, you know what, you just need to keep on keeping on. I don't think this is about working it out and transitioning with them. I think this is you walking away. Both of these cards, we got some cards of transition, I should say, and see, we got 6, 10. Got 2 6s. That's irritability. There's like unrest or things are kind of. What's this 6 of Swords about? Hold on. Because it's like it could go, it's like teetering. It feels like it's like, well, maybe that's your hesitancy to close this out. Yeah, you need to. In order for this relationship to survive, it would have had to have. You two would have had to work together and restored faith, restored your calling to be with each other, like reinvested in each other, basically, spiritually and emotionally. And I feel like it's like, well, that you still are called to do that for yourself, but not with this person. What's this 8 of Pentacles about for Capricorn? What's this 8 of Pentacles about? I feel like everything's going to be hinging on this card because I feel like it's teetering, like it could go either way. There's disappointment, but is that the hope that you're still feeling? What is that? What's this 8 of Pentacles? Okay. Okay. So, this feels like, because right here, it was like, at first I was like, you know what? This is like all about working things out with your person, with your soulmate person, perhaps even your marriage. We got marriage here. If it's not marriage, it's living as married or, living together, that sort of thing. But that communal connection. And so we've got saying to work it out. But is it you two parting as friends? This feels it feels like you're sad and despondent, but you also recognize there's an ending, and it's almost like a really gentle transition. This doesn't feel hostile or angry at all. You do need to you need to stop with the watching and the spying. You need to minimize conversation. Because part of it is like, okay, well, maybe you still want to be friends with them or things are still healthy or whatnot, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's doing you any good, because it's about you understanding that it is indeed over, and you need to work on closure and healing and just. But why do I feel like it's not over though? What part about this is not over? Because, all right, we've got this stable new beginning. Things leveling out, security restored. But what's this Ace of Pentacles about? Okay, that's why it's not over. Okay, so here's the thing. This isn't over. And I know and I'm like, you should work on the closure, but it didn't feel right. Why? I don't know. Still, I don't know. But I know that this is about you being in suspension, and perhaps it's about accepting and the closure, accepting that there's nothing you can do about it right now, but it doesn't feel like it's over. Are you waiting for someone to come out of rehab? Are you waiting for someone to work through some toxic crap from their past, some addiction? Are you waiting for someone to kind of transition and work on getting a handle on something? Because I don't feel like this is over. It feels like I should tell you that, like, you need to accept this, you need to move on, but I don't feel like it's over. And I don't know that the answer is moving on, if we're honest. I think you're still hoping and waiting. I think what the closure is you needing to accept that there's nothing you can do about this now. You cannot fix this. You cannot go into workaholic mode and overdrive and exhaust yourself and fix this. There's something that this person has to do on their own. This is not a joint effort, you two working on problems. This is somebody that needs to do it on their own. And I say that because while you might be in support for them, here you are by yourself accepting that there's nothing you can do about it. And it's like you're kind of just working on healing and restoring stability and keeping things as stable as you can, but not making any moves to end things, I guess, or change the way things are. The only thing is, and maybe the part of me feels like some of you are watching and kind of like there's this really secret hope that could be kind of not so helpful, but you can't help how you feel, right? But this could be that you're not talking now, or you're just talking very functionally, or, you know, just as need be. But part of me thought that you were spying on them, and you know, it was like keeping this false hope alive. And it's like, oh, don't do that to yourself. But this could be that you two aren't talking right now because you had to walk away to let this person deal with toxic crap in their life. Or perhaps they ended things and, you know, you're pretty sad and despondent, and you were like, you know what, I really want to work this out. I really want to, this feels like a marriage. And we got the soulmate card here too. But perhaps this is a time of this person being able to, I don't know, you both need to practice self-care. That's for darn sure. We got this right here, and then we got the temperance. I feel like you're going to be in a holding pattern and working like a son of a gun here, and keeping yourself busy in an effort to kind of wait this period out with somebody. This is not done. And I know this is, we got the World card here, but it feels like this is about maybe waiting until someone's done working on something, working through something. I feel like this is about you needing, I can't believe I'm going to say this, because usually I'm doom and gloom and I'm like, nope, leave them, they're jerks, or they're, you know, you don't need that crap. But I feel like this is about you waiting for someone to finish something. About honestly keeping the faith. And I know, okay, don't get me, because I can't believe I'm saying that either. Because I don't know, I don't read like that. It doesn't feel like that. But this feels like you're literally sitting this out and waiting for someone to get their act together. And you're just biding your time, keeping busy until they're able to transition. But this is also about them being involved in some much needed self-care, as well as you needing to heal and to practice self-care. But this is about you not moving forward on ending anything, and not going back to the way it was either. You're in a holding pattern, and your job is to do nothing except for to tend to yourself, to restore, to heal, to concentrate on self-care. It's like both of you need to get some spirituality back. You need to heal. You need to restore your faith. It's like there's a crisis of faith going on here. What is that? Is it that you two don't believe in your vows? You don't believe in each other as a couple anymore? But there's a love there. I mean, I feel it. We don't see any Ace of Cups or much cups here really, but there's a caring and an abiding love there. But something about this has taken its toll. There's disappointment and sadness, but you both still want the marriage, but this one needs to heal and to work through it and to clean up their stuff, and you can't fix it. So you got to stand down. As much as you'd like to be in support of that and you want to work things out, you can't do it for this person. So your job is to stand down. And yet it's not about you ending things or reconciling with this person. It's not about, it's just about staying over here and keeping to yourself and concentrating on you and your own needs and like your own self-care. It's the damnedest thing. It's like this is supposed to stay in limbo right now. And yet we've got an ending here. We've got closure up here. But I don't feel like that's the answer. I don't feel like you're done. It doesn't... all right. What else for Capricorn? I'm stymied. It's not over. I mean, I know, but it's not, perhaps it's that the relationship is in crisis because there's something just like, you know, really toxic and heavily weighted. I mean, look, we got the angel and the lovers, and we got the devil and the lovers. And while you're wanting to work it out, I mean, you're not done. You're not. Might feel like it, but you're not. Your job is to be over here building, you know, working, keeping yourself busy, working on your self-care, restoring your faith, restoring your stores of just everything, because there's depletion here. You're tired, you're exhausted. You both need an infusion of faith. I mean, look at this. We got the angel here, we got the angel here, we got the clergy represented here. So this, What else for a go? Give me something for Capricorn here, because I'm stymied. I need a card, some kind of confirmation card. Capricorn. That's why. This is not about, this is the same thing here with the Temperance. This is about pulling back and giving time to think about things. This is about taking a rest, a mental break from a situation because you're tired, you're exhausted. There's no more that can be extracted or worked on in this situation. This is about you withdrawing and standing down. And you might be disappointed, you might want to work things out and that'll come later, but right now this person has got to transition. They got to work on something. They have got to get to where they are in a better place so they can be a better partner. Otherwise, you're going to stay in limbo the whole time. Because I don't think either one of you are going to make a move to end this. I don't think I just don't, at least not right now. For this, it doesn't feel like it. There's still a lot of, there's like this abiding undercurrent of love there. It's just you guys are in crisis. So you need, your job, what you need to do is stand down and restore your faith, and concentrate on self-care. This is not about you reaching out and helping. This is about you keeping to your damn self. Because I feel like you're wanting to reach out and fix it. Like maybe you always have. Maybe that's why you're tired, because you always fixed it before. Because you're no slouch, you know? All right. What else for Capricorn? What else for Capricorn? Yeah, okay. So perhaps something has come to light to throw the relationship into crisis. It's probably pretty painful right now with the things. Basically, there's been a breakup or an ending, but I swear I don't feel like it's over. It's not over. You two are still connected and tied, and you're not done. I know this, you probably split up. This is probably like just, cut into the quick, some kind of argument, something, or it's just some decision, look, I'd rather this than to be in this situation anymore, but you're still not over. I don't feel it or see it. Doesn't make any sense because, we got the scythe, we got the Ten of Swords, we got this, but it's just like it's in limbo, and you both you're removing yourself, but all right. I'm gonna stop saying that. Okay, so this could be something that was just that really heaviness right here weighing you down, just like a relationship of longevity that is in crisis, and there could be a break or a breakup right now. Even though I don't see that as standing, I'm just gonna start. Okay, so, and then we have the Nine of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. So this Nine of Swords, that's all about a pattern, about this is not the first time you've been at, this situation. It's about grieving. It's about being anxious and not getting any sleep and worry and depression and just basically mental torment over a situation. And it could be that things are not stable and secure because here you are with the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So that could be what the agony and what the issue is with this relationship, is that somebody has got to get out from under something and be able to be a stable, reliable partner. And you're willing to work on it, for God's sakes. It's not like you just want to abandon this person, but they've got to get out from under whatever is making them choose that rather than prioritize the stability and the connection of the relationship, because you're certainly willing. And the thing about that too is that if you're worried about the stability or the lack of, or that someone's passive aggressive and they're stubborn and they're withholding and they're controlling and whatnot, here you are breaking free of the situation and doing it for yourself. So it has a potential to be that, but they've got to meet you where you're at. And that's part of what the Knight of Pentacles is all about, is that they've got stability that they can offer, but they're in a better position. They're better served to wait where they're at and wait to see if they have matching offers come in, because of the fact that they are willing to work for the stability. They do prioritize that, and they make a good partner because of that. But because there's always balance, you often pick somebody who's not good at that because there's always balance, right? So point being, there's nothing you can do. This is not about you rushing in and stabilizing the situation. And I know I've said that 15 times or more. So instead reinvest that in yourself, your own well-being right now, because that's where you need to put it. As far as if this is going to resolve, I can't tell. I just know you're not done. And I don't know what their next move is. I don't know. I feel like they're going to want this and this. They're not ready to resolve this yet. If anything, if whatever this is, they will do that instead of invest in the relationship or prioritize healing with you. But it's still not over. Go figure. That's the darndest thing, because it should be, by all intents and purposes, is like, look, they're not going to meet you halfway. They're not going to make the effort. You're the only one that's willing to work on stuff, or, But, not over. What else for Capricorn? And I don't think it's my reluctance to say that either, that, I don't want this to be over. Oh, no, there's a missing piece here. There's something I'm not seeing, but you still connected. Not because contractually so, like marriage or anything like that, but because there's still an undercurrent, there's still a devotion or a connection to each other. There's still a choice for each other, even though it's not healthy, it's not stable. Someone's doing way much more, or way more work than the other person's doing. Someone's making it okay constantly. Yeah, okay. There's still that connection. There's still Capricorn. What else does Capricorn need to know? Capricorn. Okay, so we got the Queen of Pentacles, and we've got the Seven of Wands. So we've got somebody, the Queen of Pentacles is you, Capricorn. Could be male or female. And you're showing up twice here too with the Devil. So sometimes this is a workaholic combination where someone's obsessed with security and even material things and money, and they work themselves to the bone to provide that, to have the things, to be able to luxuriate all that. Nothing wrong with it if you earn it, right? So this could be overindulgence. This could be workaholic because of money. But we've got someone staunchly by themselves, and there's either conflict or they are having to take a defensive stance about guarding their boundaries, guarding theirs and their own, guarding their ability to provide the security and stability for theirs and their own, themselves and their own. So this is about somebody having to take a hard stance on drawing boundaries for somebody that is toxic and unhealthy right now for them or for the marriage or for the family. They're having to be really vigilant about staying protective of boundaries, of space, of security, of stability. Because this is what we got right here with the stability. We've got this being ultra prioritized right now. Instead of you two being connected, it's like there's been and then you, Capricorn, are just all about reestablishing self-healing and stability and security. And we see that here too, to the point where you're guarding it. Like you're really like, I will die on this hill, none shall pass. Things are going to stabilize and normalize if it kills me. And yet you're not done. It kind of feels like this would be, whereas if like somebody was addicted to something, it's like you can't bring that around the kids. I cannot have you under this roof with that mess going on. Like you have to go somewhere, but you're not coming in here with that junk. It feels like that. It doesn't have to be that, but it feels like it's that kind of a situation where it's like you can't come back in here while whatever is going on. There's no place for that here. All right. Oh my goodness, 25 minutes. I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry. I feel like I just said the same thing over and over again about you're not done. But this isn't finished. Maybe I should say it that way. This is not finished. All right. I hope to see you in the next reading. I wish you and your person luck with this. I know this is not easy. This is not easy. All right. Take care.